Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, and this is a video I did not expect I would be making today where I defend Kylie Jenner. You know that 24-year-old billionaire, Kylie Jenner? Seems she's under fire right now. Let's jump right into the story. Kylie Jenner sparks fury by asking fans to help raise $60,000 for her friend Samuel Rhoda's surgery after donating $5,000. Chump change, just a couple coins from her bank account. The makeup artist was thrown from a moving vehicle, suffering internal bleeding and 8 brain injuries after hitting his head on the pavement. Yikes. So we'll get into what she had to say about this, but this is the initial post that she made. You know, took time out of her day to help somebody else out. It says on the bottom here, let me zoom in here. May God watch over you and protect you at Makeup by Samuel. Everyone take a moment to say a prayer for Sam, who got into an accident this past weekend, and swipe up to visit his family's GoFundMe. Let me tell you guys something. To get somebody to do a swipe up for you is a big deal, okay? Brands come with equity, and you don't just get a swipe up for everything. There is a price behind that. She's got dozens, what does she have, 100 million or so Instagram followers? Just by tagging him in this status alone would cover all of his bills, yet people weren't happy. They weren't happy at all. Let's go to what some people had said over here. Someone said, Kylie Jenner really asked us for money like we made the Forbes list. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something that I've learned about celebrity in our world. You know, I live out here in Los Angeles. I see it. Fans love to build somebody up just so they can tear them down. It's kind of like the sandcastle effect. You spend all day making this beautiful sandcastle and you just plow it over and you want to start over. So they love tearing things down. So let's go into the story and see what Kylie had to say about all this. And I understand it's hard to take the side of someone who's worth $900 million and feel bad for them. But in the end, she's still a young 20-something-year-old woman who's got to deal with being mischaracterized. That can never be good. And I know what people are thinking, oh, Dave, you know, she's rich. Look, and people will call me out on this in the comment section. I wouldn't trade my life for hers for anything. I wouldn't do it. I don't know. I don't need the 900 million. I don't need to deal with this nonsense. Kylie Jenner hit a nerve. What her latest controversy teaches us about the psychology of wealth. Kylie Jenner has an estimated net worth of $900 million, minus the $5,000 or $6,000 she paid to that makeup artist. But this weekend encouraged her fans to donate to a GoFundMe account. The 23-year-old entrepreneur posted on Instagram Live asking for donations to cover makeup artist Samuel Rhoda's medical expenses after he was in a serious accident. Jenner contributed $5,000 to the cause, which initially had a goal of $10,000. So basically, I think the thing already had $5,000. So I'm pretty sure she doubled whatever was already donated to get his $10,000 goal. He needs $10,000. Here's $5,000. You're all set. Because she posted the swipe up link, they are now asking for $120,000 in donations, they have raised $120,000 in donations. So because of the swipe up link, her power, her equity with her following, she was able to get that much, whether it comes from her or not. Look, you can only post so many swipe up links in a day. It's like, look, I'm no expert. I studied economics. You can only share so many swipe up links before you become like a depreciating value. Like if you post swipe up links all day, they won't be worth anything. But if she's only posting one swipe up link a day or once a week, that's a very valuable thing. While that might not be money coming out of her bank account, that does dilute her brand a tiny bit, which is worth something. Does that make sense to you guys? Like if she needs to promote something later on in the day and she's done 25 different swipe up links for different charities, whatever she's promoting now, it has less value. I know you guys, I know for the most part people aren't going to be sympathetic to this, but I just think it's interesting that she contributed a form of currency, social media currency, which increased what he needed to get by $110,000. He's going to get his medical bills paid for and a nice vacation after this. May God watch over you and protect you, is what she said. And then the internet crackled with rage. Jenner, according to Forbes, was the highest paid celebrity of 2020, and many people noted she could have easily covered the cost of his expenses herself. People called her out of touch with reality and said they were embarrassed for her. So she took to Instagram yesterday to defend herself. This is what she said. I saw my current makeup artist and friend Ariel post about Sam's accident and his family's GoFundMe. It compelled me to visit his GoFundMe, which was set at $10K. Jenner wrote, She thought I'd post on my stories to gain more awareness if anyone else felt compelled to share or donate. Do what you want, folks. She's not telling you what to do. Hey, if you want to donate, you got a couple extra bucks, here you go. Be my guest. She says, I don't know how all of this got so twisted, but his family has reached out through Ariel and are very appreciative. Yeah, they should be. You had the most influential social media person in the world share your medical bill expenses. Jenner did not direct her fans to a cause, but to an individual who she was more than financially capable of supporting. The backlash raises questions about whether wealth influences altruism. Experts say research on social class and compassion is mixed, but Jenner's recent social media blunder is a lens into the way socioeconomic status can impact expressions of empathy and generosity. So, like, what's she supposed to do? Just pay everyone's medical bills? You know, we live in a country where, like, you fall out of a car. I don't even know what happened, but we should have universal basic health care. We should have universal health care, shouldn't we? Shouldn't you be covered in case something happens? Shouldn't we all be paying into that? I digress, but I think you guys understand the issue here is more with CEOs in the wealth disparity between people who rent out their time, like a makeup artist being hired by Jenner, and CEOs, which is where Jenner is, worth $900 million. When you own a company, you make a lot more money than when you work for a company. We all know that, but $900 million, that's insane. If you set up a system of government and policy that values self-interest and de-emphasizes community, you will get those behaviors in higher status members of society, said Michael Krauss, a social psychologist at Yale University who specializes in the study of inequality. Does wealth always lead to selfishness? No. But if self-interest gets you ahead, then the people who are at the top of society will have succeeded at being selfish and will have more influence on policies that continue to reward those kinds of practices. Look, no offense to this Ivy League social psychologist here, but I think they got it all wrong. I think she could have easily not posted about a makeup artist that she's not even working with. It's not like this was her makeup artist that she kicked out of her car. She has no obligation whatsoever to share his GoFundMe. What's his name again? Let's see if we can find his GoFundMe. So his name, so let me go back to this. Makeup by Samuel GoFundMe. Let's search it. Makeup by Samuel GoFundMe. Let's see what it's actually up to right now. Let's see if we can find it. These GoFundMes can be a real pain to find. Samuel Rauda. And let's see if we can find his GoFundMe. Oh man. Oh, there it is. Is this it? No, that's not it. That was last year. Anyway, folks, whatever it is, I'll leave a link in the description to see what it's up to. But it's it's fascinating. You know, who do we think we are as an audience, as a fan base to somebody, where we can get mad at them for how much they decided to donate, regardless of how much they're worth. Jenner, the whole thing's crazy. It's crazy that she's had to respond, too. When you have less but give more. Charlotte Clymer, Director of Communications and Strategy at Catholics for Choice, well, that's interesting, tweeted in response to the controversy that folks are defending Kylie Jenner by pointing out she donated $5,000 to her makeup artist's medical GoFundMe. Her net worth is $900 million, so that's 0.00006% of her net worth. If your net worth were, say, $100K, it would be like donating 56 cents. Well, look, first of all, you got it wrong. It's not her makeup artist. It's someone she says she worked with several years ago. Not to say that's a big difference. Leave a comment and let me know. I might be. Do I have this wrong here? Do I think she owes this person anything? While wealthy people may give more money to charity overall because they are in a position to be more generous, some research shows people in lower classes actually give higher proportions of their money to charity. Now, look, I don't disagree with that. I totally agree with that. When you're worth $900 million, but then again, what is that money that's tied into the company? Obviously, she's a multimillionaire, but $900 million, is that a number we're stuck with? I don't know what her expenses, I don't know any of this. It sounds like I'm apologetic for the Jenners over here. But boy, talk about being a target. You do something good. She's like, oh, okay. She probably felt good. She's like, I had a coffee. I got a whole long list of things I need to do. But let me just donate this. They'll read it and they'll be like, oh, wow, she covered it, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, she's got to issue a statement being like, this is ridiculous. Dacker Keltner a professor of psychology at the University of California, Berkeley, and director of the Greater Good Science Center, said in the center's magazine in 2015 that when you lack institutional support, when you face threats in life, the only way to survive your environment is to connect with other people. You reach out to people more. You form strong social ties. You need them, and they need you. When you're poor, you're helping someone get to work if their car broke down, or looking after their child while they run into the store, and they're doing the same for you. So I guess the question is, does Jenner not possess? I mean, she's pretty much grown up well, she's always been taken care of. You know, she can be an entrepreneur and a strong businesswoman and all that jazz, but having been always taken care of, does she truly understand what it means to help somebody? And I don't think that's really relevant in this discussion whatsoever. Wealthier people do not face those specific kinds of threats to their well-being, he said. He also said that because the U.S. is segregated by class, wealthy people aren't interacting with people of lower classes as frequently, which can impact their ability to see the world as it really is. So let's go to Instagram here. I didn't really have this planned up, but it's Makeup by Samuel. Let's see if the GoFundMe is still active. Again, I've been trying to find this GoFundMe here. Maybe it's taken down. Makeup by Samuel. I'm sure Samuel feels bad that, you know, they were asked. That's not the same Samuel. Here it is. I think this is it right here. I mean, he's got to be kind of like a megastar to be working with the Jenner crew, wouldn't you say? So he's got 250,000 followers, and I mean, I think he's okay. I mean, I hope his health is okay. But as far as as far as it goes with how much money the GoFundMe has made, it's obviously medical bills can go up in price and all that, but it looks like he's going to be okay. And this is a real solid question. It's not the upper classes. They said it's not that the upper classes are cold-hearted. They may just not be as adept at recognizing the cues and signals of suffering because they haven't had to deal with as many obstacles in their life. Sure. One study suggests that the most entitled individuals are those who experienced sustained privilege, those who grew up in wealthy homes and remain wealthy as adults. Like, this is why I would never want her life, because when I get a bonus, or I did some stupid game show and I got paid $800 and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, yeah, maybe she just doesn't understand the value of like money, but I think she has to kind of understand. I mean, it's not like she was raised in the royal family. I mean, this was kind of like the royal family of Calabasas over here, but she does have sustained privilege. We know that. Doesn't mean she didn't work hard for, getting herself to that next level. She started with knowing she was going to be provided for by in life, and then she blew that up with an incredible amount of wealth through her companies. There are many wealthy people who behave generously. More than a dozen billionaires, including Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, have pledged to give away more than half their wealth to charitable causes. Krauss said he attributes variability and generosity to personality. I imagine wealthy folks stay as connected to other people as they want to. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. I just think it's ridiculous that she's had to release a statement after giving money and helping this guy out with his medical costs. Just goes to show how things can get twisted online when it comes to, her intention and what she thought she was doing versus how it was spun by the public, and people want to run with that. They want to build you up so they can knock you down. That's how we exist in society. Humans on an individual level, I love them. Collectively, we got problems. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later. Bye now.